right indeed.
So, are we good to play Arkham Horror the card game, the Dunwich Legacy campaign, the next scenario? Scenario 6, I think we're on.
I think so.
All right, let's get it going.
Very good. I believe we are on Where Doom Awaits. Where Doom Awaits. Okay. We need Where Doom Awaits. Beast Thralls. Beast Thralls. Striking Fear. Should be sorcery. Bishop Thralls. Bishop's Thralls. Ancient Evils and Chilling.
Did you take a mental or physical trauma?
Mental.
Okay.
Ancient Evils and Chilling Cold. Okay.
My only request, and it's a small one,
Is that we win?
is that we don't lose this one. Exactly.
Well, you can request it. Put remove one copy of Diverging Path from the game at random. Okay, Diverging Path, one remove, one set out of. Remove one copy of Altered Path from the game, set the other 3 copies out of play. One copy of Altered Path. Seth Bishop. Seth Bishop is set out of play. Oof. We are going to need to get into our tokens.
Okay.
We both need to add a -5 from our token pool.
Alrighty. So, and don't recall which of these bags you're pulling from.
I think.
This is my bag.
Oh, yeah. This is my whatever. Doesn't matter. I wish we could just skip this part of the setup.
No doubt.
-5. Holy schmoles.
Yeah, I don't know that I can burn resources to guard against that. I think I'll just have to take the fail.
Yeah. Okay. So Now, I believe. Okay. So we will be starting. All right. Can we do? Let's just do this like the way that it would work.
Okay.
Base,
Sure.
ascending path, the peak,
Okay, that's fine.
and I'm guessing we are going to start at the. All right. Okay. Gather up the cards. Put base of the hill, ascending path, sentinel peak into play.
Sure.
Each player begins at the base of the hill. Remove one copy. Remove one copy. Seth Bishop aside. Add the following tokens. Okay. Depending on the following circumstances. All right, this needs a little attention.
Yep.
Depending on the following circumstances, a different version of Act 2 should be used in the
Right.
scenario.
Right.
Each other version of Act 2 is removed.
Right.
Check campaign log. If investigators restored Silas Bishop,
We did not.
okay, so we will not be using Ascending the Hill version 1.
Okay.
If the above is not true, check campaign
Oh,
log.
wait a minute. Restored Silas. We got all the clues. Does that mean we restored him or no?
No.
We didn't have the Necronomicon, so we destroyed him.
Here, let's do this. Let's
Get the
officially get
campaign log. Yeah.
the log out.
Yeah. We didn't kill him directly, but we did. But when we did all the clues, we didn't have the Necronomicon in place, so we did a spell, and he like melted. Is my recollection.
All right, here's this. We need to start putting this log in the other.
Okay.
Is it in there then?
No,
All right, where's our log?
should be there somewhere. All the different beckonings. Just take.
All right, this is all. Oh, nope. That was a solo. One more time, just to be sure. Nothing up my sleeves. This is this one.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to play. Here it is.
Yep.
All right, maybe we'll put that in the top of that box at the end of the thing, so it's a little.
Oh, no, go grab the
Simpler.
pencil. But we banished Silas Bishop.
Okay.
Rescued him.
All right, so then we do not use Ascending the Hill version 1.
Right.
If the above is not true, check the campaign log. If the investigators failed to recover the Necronomicon, or if it was stolen, use version 2. Was ours?
Ours was we recovered it and it was not stolen. I still have it.
So, okay, so we did not fail to recover.
Right.
All right, so then, if neither above is true, use Act 2, Ascending the Hill, version 3.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So the other two go out of the box. Go into the box.
Yep.
There's more.
Okay.
We're not done.
Yep.
Check the campaign log for each brood of Yod Sothoth
Yep.
that escaped.
It'd be 3 brood escapes.
So add 1 doom for each on Agenda 1A.
Okay.
If the investigators put Silas Bishop out of his memory,
Memory or misery?
misery,
Okay.
did we do that?
We banished him.
It would have said, it would say we put him out of his misery.
Oh, okay.
So we did not do that.
Okay.
It says, if we did, remnants of the creature's body have mutated and grown at Sentinel Hill, a conglomeration of. All right, so none of that is there.
Can we go back to which one was that? That was was that blood on the altar?
Let's look, because we can look at our resolutions.
Yeah, because I just want to make sure I wrote it down the way it told us to write it down. I wrote down banished, and I want to make sure I didn't take liberties with the verbiage there.
Yep.
We encountered Silas.
Was he in the museum?
No. He was the dude that he was massive that he couldn't opportunity attack. So we went in, got clues, came out, went in, got clues, came out.
Oh, okay.
So I think that was blood on the altar.
Okay, yeah. Here it is. All right, so this is blood on the altar.
Yep.
We didn't. Okay, so blood on the altar. If no resolution, we didn't do that.
We got all the clues.
If you. We would have to look at the books to see, but there's only there's 3 resolutions.
Okay.
One is as you land the final blows to the creature's body. We didn't do that.
We did not do that.
With the creature that was once lashing out at you from its chains, that you could subdue Silas, fend up. With the creature that was once lashing out at you, hoping there is something in the chamber, you can use your advantage. You fend off it's long enough to find a journal, many passages that are written in Latin.
Yeah.
Yeah. With no time to spare, you recite the incantation, stumbling over the words and feeling your throat. The creature's body begins to shrink and melt away.
Yep.
That was the one we did.
Yep.
All right. So we do write banished Silas Bishop.
Okay, because we didn't have the Necronomicon. So
Yep.
Okay, so we did not put him out of his misery because we didn't have the Necronomicon.
Well, putting him out of his misery would be we killed him.
Oh, gotcha.
Restored Silas Bishop would have been
The
we
Necronomicon. Yeah.
had it, and then
And we banished, and so they're not referencing that. Okay,
Yeah.
but I did write it down correctly. Got it.
yeah. Okay. So there's that. All right.
Let's see if we want to look at this one. This one. Yes, pull it out. This one. Okay.
Shuffle the remainder encounter cards into the build to build the encounter deck.
So I think that's
So,
all of this.
all of that and
We
this.
need a magic shuffle.
You
Got
will
it.
need a magic shuffle on this because it is severely.
Right.
Uh,
Stacked against us.
yep. Okay, so get the rules reference nearby.
This time I'm going to read all the cards. Read all the cards, including the bad cards.
You know, we say that every time. We say that every time. And yet, it doesn't happen. Let's see here. Duke. And Charisma. And Scrapper. That is all of my.
we will need four clues total to proceed there. Okay.
So that hit us for 3 out of 12. That's not ridiculous.
Well, it makes me think that it's expected to be hard to get four clues. But also, when the investigators have collected the requisite number of clues, we must immediately spin them to event. Oh, okay. So we just need 4 clues. Okay. But there's 3 acts. There's only 2 agendas and 3 acts.
Yeah.
So we've got to get through 3 acts before it gets through 2 agendas.
I got a feeling that deck is going to slam us.
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
With the setup, I don't want to try and game it, but with the setup, it just feels like that is going to slam us hard.
What's the name of this scenario?
This one is Where Doom Awaits. And we only have 3 steps to do it in, so you know it's just going to be a slog.
Yeah. Well, look at how many places this can go.
Yeah.
So there's going to be more locations that come out.
Yeah, right. That's true. There's 3 of each section.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. There's a something divergent path and an altered path.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready for some story?
Not yet. Let me get the rest of this. And I'm going to get the rest of it.
All right. I'll pull my 5. That stays. That goes out. I'll get rid of everyone but 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, this all goes here.
Yeah, I think Rex will be fine so long as nothing attacks him and he never has to fight.
Right. I know how that is. I did my draw. I pulled 2 basic weaknesses in my first 5 cards.
Well, you get to put.
Yes.
Then you replace them and you shuffle back in.
And then I also used a full mulligan.
Gotcha. I'm not going to decide on a mulligan until after I hear the thing.
I hear you.
Here's 2 of my weaknesses.
Look at that. Look at that. This is it already tells us what this day is going to be like.
So this doesn't count towards my mulligan.
Yeah, I accidentally did it the other way, but my cards that came out were nearly perfect for the first draw. Although, boy, you're not going to like my first move. ready to hear the
Sure.
thing? All right. Where Doom Awaits is scenario number 6. VI is the 6th, right? Of the Dunwich Legacy. Boom, boom, boom. You awaken to the sound of screeching. Fearing the worst, you grab your equipment and head out into the streets of Dunwich. As soon as you step outside, you sense a foulness in the cold night air. An awful pungent smell that can scarcely be described, and heaviness to the atmosphere that makes it difficult to breathe. The citizens of Dunwich have sealed their doors, and the town feels quiet and lonesome. In the distance, a faint growing emanates from a hilltop above the village. You know this hill from both your interactions with the Zebulon and Armitage's records. It is called Sentinel Hill. The tales speak of satanic rites being performed there, rites in which a great ritual pyres light into the night sky while the ground rumbles furiously below. Flocks of whippoorwills, anyway, that's a funny spelling, perch on the rooftops of the village around you, watching ominously as you climb inside Zebulon's old beat-up truck. As you drive towards Sentinel Hill, more screeching fills the skies with an awful pitch that is painful to your ears. Everything you have read about and experience in Dunwich has led to this. If the foul ritual Seth seeks to perform has anything to do with what Armitage and his colleagues prevented several months back, it involves the favor of an ancient creature, Yog Sothoth. Failing to stop this ritual may spell doom, not only Dunwich, but the entire world. Check the log. If Naomi has the investigators back,
No.
she does not. Naomi is
The head of the Barbarian gang that it has a bone to pick with us? Yeah.
Otherwise, skip to setup. So we don't get that. We would have gained some clues.
If we had like Sager Club.
Yeah. Okay, we are done with this. Now we need to read the agenda and the act.
Okay. I will do that. I'm presuming I can do that before I decide on all of them.
Yes.
Calling forth the old ones. As you approach Sentinel Hill, you hear ancient Latin rites bellowed across the night. Time for action has come. If you cannot stop the sorcerers in Dunwich, who knows what terrors they might unleash upon the world. In all of these, Arkham, or any of the Cthulhu, games,
Yeah.
I've always, it always baffles me, what is the motivation behind the cultists? What do they think they're going to get out of summoning, some big, bad creature that has no regard for any human life, including their own? It's
I don't
like,
think they don't think of themselves. They're just selfless people. They're just trying to make the world a different place.
Right. Okay. The path to the hill. A vibrant arcane energy fills the air with a bone-rattling chill. The energy swirls along the crushed trail before you and seeps down several other paths before disappearing. Okay, and then as we already stated, we have to trigger this as soon as we have enough clues to do so. It doesn't say we have to be together on any particular place, but
It feels like what we are doing is as we climb, we're going to climb up and slip and climb up and slip.
okay,
All right, we'll do what we didn't do last time.
right.
The long slope of Sentinel Hill rises before you, cresting into the jagged edges of Sentinel Peak. At the base of the hill, it is a shroud of 3 with 0 clues. Base of the hill is connected to each copy of the diverging path. if you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set-aside diverging path into play. Limit once per round. Okay. So we have to do a shroud, or we have to investigate against the 3, and if we do that, we can put one of the diverging paths in.
Okay.
And then we also have the option to resign.
Okay.
You want to resign? It's always,
You know, now that you mention it,
limit once per round. Okay.
okay.
All right. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do nothing.
Well, I'm going to set up.
I'm going to do nothing and barely be prepared for a mythos.
Gotcha.
Just so you know.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you.
Only because what popped up in my hand will require me to take a resource.
Yeah, so I have done my mulligan.
Oh, I didn't read this. -3 if -1 if you were in an altered. Okay, altered locations are going to be a problem. Reveal another turn. Will cancel the effects and icons of each skill card committed to this test. Oof. Right. If it is agenda 2, we are on agenda 1. Okay, and discard the top 2 cards of your deck. It's the total printed. Oh. Okay, you need to read those carefully.
Okay.
Chaos is chaos.
Okay. So -1, but -3 if we're at an altered location. None of our locations are presently altered, right?
Those are these 3
Okay.
locations here.
Altered paths, got it. Alright. Cultists reveal another token, canceling the effects and icons of each skill card committed to this test, okay?
Which is problematic for both of us.
Yeah. And then, the tablet just becomes worse
Right.
once we get to agenda 2. And then whatever this one is, minus X. Discard the top 2 cards of your decks. X is the total printed cost of those discarded cards.
So that's this deck.
It's gonna burn through our deck as well as.
Yeah, and that's going to be a thing.
And that's going to be a big negative because if you've got, you're Ashcan Pete, so yours are cheap, but mine are not necessarily cheap.
Except for one guy. But there's also, it makes me think that burning through is going to be like, which may be a problem for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
you are lead investigator. If it's all right, I'll just do mine real quick because I legitimately.
Go right ahead.
All right. I'm going to take a resource.
Okay.
Then I'm going to put out 2 allies, which cost me 6 resources.
Okay.
And I am broke. And that is the end of my turn.
Alrighty. I'm going to emergency cash for 3. I will spend 6 to bring out Leo.
Oh.
Leo DeLuca.
Leo was hanging out with me as well.
So I've got 2 more actions because I just went to 4 actions per turn. That's 1, 2. So are we to believe that a divergent path is going to be better than the ascending path, or is it just a like Or is that just another opportunity? Like if we go up this path and we fall down and this becomes blocked, we have to find out.
I think it's gonna be more ways to get up. But
Okay.
I feel like we should do them.
Well, but do we necessarily need to do a divergent path before we go up here and see what the ascending path does to us?
I don't have an answer for that.
Okay. All right. So,
oh, can I see your Leo card?
yeah.
Okay, I have built my deck poorly.
Why?
So the asterisk that's on Leo
Yeah.
means that only one person can have him in play at a time.
Oh, yeah, because he's a unique character.
Yes. So
Yeah. Is he in your hand?
he's in my deck because I didn't
Right, he's
know
in
that.
your deck, but he's not in your hand.
Yeah, but that means I have one less card. Like I would never put him in my deck based off of you always want to use it.
Yeah.
So I wonder if I should.
Well, but the thing is in a given gameplay, I can readily lose him, and then you put yours into play, or vice versa.
Okay, that's fair. We'll just go with that. Yep.
Okay.
All right. I think we need to do the paths, but
I want to be a little more prepared for shit this time around.
Yeah, I think just be ready to handle this first mythos draw.
Right. So I'm gonna put knife into play. I've got one more action. I'm down to 2 cards, so I'm not got my 5 cards, which isn't.
Wait, you don't have one more action. Did
Why?
you play a card to get resources?
1, 2, 3. Leo gives me a 4.
Oh, because Leo's already on the table.
Yeah. So.
Well,
I will draw a card.
you don't want a resource back, or you want? Oh, you got to have the cards in your hand anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to get a resource and a card, which will bring you up to 5.
Well,
4.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it would give you resources in your hand that, if you have to, you could just draw a card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mathematically, that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Enemies. There are none. Upkeep. Resource and a card.
Yeah.
Okay. Not pulling the heavy hitters out. Okay.
And then
A Doom.
yeah.
And first mythos draw.
Okay. Thrall. Location with the most clues. So I guess it's just this location.
Get
And then
one.
it's going to come to me.
I mean,
Well, I drew it, so because I'm
no, I'm just saying.
What?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Well,
Dude, technically, they don't. None of them have clues.
so you're saying we can just
At this point, you could put them
okay.
away from you, but it may get worse as we go along. Why does it have to come to you?
Well, if it's at my location, I'm the one who drew it, so he engages.
I don't
with me.
know. I don't think that's.
Yeah, that's the rule. If you're the one that draws the creature and it comes out at your location, then it engages immediately with you.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
there's
true.
no choice on that. If it comes out here, but if we say that it can come out in any of these other locations,
It can, I believe,
okay.
because they are locations. Just because we don't know any clues.
Yeah, but I'm wondering.
This has 0 clues at it. This
I
has
know,
zeros.
but I'm wondering if it falls under the grim rule of because all things equal, what's worse for us is it just comes out and engages me.
Right.
Is the grim rule only about ambiguity, or is it?
Yes, that's what it's about.
Okay.
Is it spawn?
Yeah, it's a spawn. It's spawn location with the most clues. It has a retaliate, but it is a not hunter. So we need 2 total clues to even come to this location. This says the path leading further up the hill is masked. You cannot move into ascending path. So we can't even move to this location. I remember when I said we should read all the shit?
Yeah. Well, they're all that way. Basically, we can't go up anywhere until we know, because it has to be flipped before. When it flips, we'll know what it is.
No, we don't even get to. That's the point. We don't even get to go here to flip it. You cannot move into ascending path. This is the ascending path.
Yeah.
I should have read all the cards, because that means that we cannot move from here until we find it.
Yeah. No, I think
I did not understand that. I thought we could come here and see what this was like, and then decide if we needed a diverging path or not. Okay. For the moment, I'll put him here. But if you determine that he needs to come back down and engage me, that's fine.
All right. Here are the spawning instructions, just to be clear.
Yeah.
No spawn instructions. Spawns engage with the investigator who drew it, regardless of whether or not it has prey. Okay, that's overwhelming. All right. Spawn instructions: no prey. Spawns at the indicated location, then immediately engages investigator if there are multiple players choose.
Okay.
So that's what we just did, right?
Okay.
Spawn instructions would play: spawn at indicated location, immediately engages with an investigator at that location according to prey.
Okay.
So, yeah. So and it doesn't have a prey on it. It just says.
It doesn't have hunter either.
Yeah.
It has retaliate.
It does have retaliate.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, that's a lot for. Okay. Spaces between revelation. Flip each non-Sentinel Hill location in play to its unrevealed side. Oh.
Non-Sentinel Hill or Sentinel Peak?
Non-Sentinel Hill. These are all Sentinel Hill.
Oh,
so
okay.
There's nothing to flip.
Oh, okay.
Each investigator and enemy at a location flipped. Oh. I see. So it is flipped so if one of these are out, it would flip back.
Okay.
Each investigator and enemy at a location that is flipped in this way immediately moves to the nearest Sentinel Hill. So that's these. Right?
Okay.
Location. Shuffle each non-Sentinel location so that the players do not know which is which.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is good because nothing happens.
All right.
But what that means is we're going to start creating paths and different things are going to be there. And one of them is going to lead us up.
Okay.
And then these things, which I'm pretty sure there are more of, will cause them to, like, us to get lost.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then we have to remix them.
And then that's why it's going to take so long.
Yes.
Because we don't even have clues down here. We have to find someplace that has clues.
This is a good time for that to come out.
Okay. So then we're back to the investigator phase.
Yeah, let's investigate.
Okay. We can't move anywhere until this is done, and I have the higher likelihood of doing that, right? So I think I'll go first. So first action, I will.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
You cannot move into ascending path further up each time. All right, so I don't understand how we're going to get to that unless we're going all the way around.
Or, well, some other effect
may tell us to flip.
Right.
Okay.
But also, you also, like that one there moves us to the nearest, and this might be the nearest at some point.
Possibly, right? Yeah.
And this doesn't count as us moving, right? I mean,
yeah, but we couldn't.
That doesn't count as us.
Like moving. We couldn't move to say that location.
No, but what I'm saying is, to answer your question, how would we ever get here? I'm wondering if it would be by effect of this.
Oh, maybe. I guess we'll find. Let's play the game and find out.
There we go. So I will go first. I will draw a card.
Yep.
I am now up to my 5.
Wow.
I'm going to draw one more card for my second action. Shit. Discard all my resources.
Oh.
Okay, I have 2 more actions. I will take a resource and then I'm going to spend it on an investigation.
Okay.
So I'm investigating at a 6 versus a 3.
Sounds good.
I hate those paranoias, and I have 2 in my deck.
Yeah.
Why couldn't I have gotten a good basic weakness?
Yeah, like
Like
rotting flesh or something.
Or like you may not make any fight action, for this round. Oh, okay.
Well, here's the question.
Oh, look,
good.
auto success.
All right, well, then that doesn't matter because my question was going to be this. This says investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set aside diverging path into play.
Right.
Limit once per round.
Yeah.
Is that limit on success or is that limit on attempt?
No, it's limit on success.
Okay.
We can only put one diverging path into play.
All right, so those are the diverging paths.
And we have to randomize it.
And we're going to randomize it and put one out.
Okay. So these are whatever's.
These are out of the box.
I know, but
Yeah, I'm just doing it so that we
Okay.
can. I will go to the middle.
All
All right, so diverging path, a path off the beaten trail leads you into the woods. This is a destroyed path. Force. After you reveal destroyed path, place 1 per player doom on it.
Oh, and that's going to count towards the 12.
Investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, remove 1 doom from destroyed path.
Is that an option? Yeah, it's an
Yes,
option.
it is
But it doesn't have clues on it anyway.
Right.
Well, that sucks.
So let's put those like here in
Okay.
between. We'll make these big enough to where the 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's not alternate to this?
Yeah, it's like it's like winding paths up to this
Okay.
point, I think.
Okay. All right. So now we are 6 towards the 12.
Is that what it says? In 12 or?
Well, that's the basic rules. Doom on all cards.
Oh, yes.
That counts towards the
Yes, but we can remove them here.
Yes.
Yes. Now I get it. Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We can't do anything else this round. So I'm going to go up there and investigate.
Because I spent all 4 of my actions. Because
That's all 4. Yep.
Let me one moment.
Yep.
I drew a card.
Yep.
I drew another card. It was this. I took a resource. I investigated. Yes.
Yep. No, yeah, I remember. All right, so I will exhaust Duke and send him in to investigate that property up there because that says investigate, right? So he moves up here.
Yeah.
I will commit this perception to that, so he will have a 4 versus 3 or 6 versus 3.
Okay.
+1, that is a success.
Nice.
This says if this test is successful, draw a card.
Nice. And you're removing a
We're
doom, right?
removing one of those.
Nice. Okay.
What the heck is this doing in my deck? Okay.
And I think you can investigate again because it's not limited.
Right. Now, that gets a little bit trickier.
Yeah.
But because I drew a card, I think I will spin that card to resuscitate Duke.
Okay.
That is a free action.
Okay.
All right. I can only do that once per round. And I will investigate again.
All right.
Fail. All right. We're going to investigate with Duke. That will be... Wait a minute. That was my first action.
Okay.
For my second action, I'm going to put my rabbit's foot into play.
Okay.
Okay. So that's 2 actions. Now for my third action, I will investigate because it'll be a 4 versus a 3.
Okay.
Not going to leave much chance here. I don't have any. Holy crap. +2.
Nice. All right.
And that. But he's unexhausted. Not that he didn't do anything.
Yeah, but from here we don't get to go anywhere.
We can go back to here, or we can go to the path that doesn't exist yet.
Correct.
Which means
I need.
you'll find another one, hopefully.
Yeah, another divergent.
And it'll show up.
Yeah.
All right, enemies. He doesn't move?
Nope.
All right. Doom.
Oh, well, before we do...
Oh, upkeep, sorry.
Upkeep.
Yep.
So.
Upkeep. I always skip the... It feels like the game wants us to...
I mean, I need resources, and I keep drawing these paranoia cards. The last game in this game. You know.
Okay, well, I don't understand why I have dexterity in my deck. Interesting. I might need to...
Okay. All right, and then, and then the Doom on here.
Yep.
And then I draw this. Avian Thrall. Prey is the lowest lore. It's a hunter, but it's going to come out my location, so it engages with me. Well, actually, it says when you draw, regardless of prey, it's going to engage with the person who draws, right?
No, it goes to the prey if
I thought what you read
no.
was if it's drawn during this, it ignores prey and goes to the person who drew it.
Spawn instructions with prey. Spawn at indicated location and immediately engages investigator at that location according to prey.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's 2I.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
All right. But he's not going to ping me right now because that's during the enemy phase. And he is hunter. While he is being attacked using a ranged firearm or spell asset, it gets -3 fight.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, I have a melee weapon and no spell at the moment.
Oh.
And there's range that's not in my deck. Anywho, that was me.
Okay. What's his... Oh, his health is 4.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what I get. I get an Avian Thrall as well. Did you shuffle these?
I did magic shuffle and then I shuffled for a while.
Alright, I guess we'll both be fighting.
Oh, joy. Joy, joy.
I don't have ranged or firearm in my deck.
Right.
And I don't know that I have a spell in my deck.
I don't really have spell in my deck. I have events that do things.
Now, it is an abomination, and if we had that esoteric formula still...
But it took it away from us. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and do your turn first? I have no clue what to do with mine.
I don't know either. Okay, I guess what I will do is I will attack with Duke, because that's all I can do. This is going to be a problem, because my guard dog is going to die instantly. I don't have a way to... it's a 5, I have a 4, I'm going to commit this card, which gives me 5 versus 5.
Okay.
That is a +2 and ready Duke. So I actually overpaid. So
Yeah.
Duke comes here, right?
Yeah.
Duke gets a +1 damage.
Okay.
So that's 2 damage
Of the 4 that
of
you
the
need.
4 that I need.
Yeah.
All right. The chances of that happening again are rare. All right. This time I don't have any cards to commit to it because I don't have any symbols on anything else. So it will be a 4 versus a 5.
Mm-hmm.
It is the red, which is -1. So that is a 3 versus a 5. After you fail a skill test, exhaust Rabbit's Foot, draw 1 card. Alright, so I'm going to draw a card. Also, play when you would fail. Oh, no. Let me try this again. Play when you would fail a skill test, get +2 to your skill value for that test. Then draw a card. So I'm going to play this.
It costs you a resource, though, right?
Oh, yes. But it's an event, so you play it as it goes.
Yeah.
All right, that gets me +2, which makes my my 3 a 5, which hits.
Yeah.
All right, and then I draw a card as well
Why do you draw a card?
because it says draw 1 card.
How much damage did you do?
I did 1.
Okay.
Okay. This is exhausted. Oh no, I didn't exhaust this because I didn't fail.
Right.
I did the other thing first. Okay. But I did attack with Duke.
Right. You didn't. Well, did you get to untap Duke?
I did because I pulled a Elder's sign. Which,
Right. So Duke is untapped right now.
No. The first time I used Duke,
Yeah.
I pulled the Elder sign. He untapped.
Right.
Then this time I exhausted Duke
Oh, you're retapping him.
for the second hit.
Oh, that was him attacking.
That was my second hit. Now I'm at my third one.
Gotcha.
For my third one, I'm just going to attack at 2 versus 5.
Okay.
Sounds crazy, but that's a 0. So that is a fail. So part 1 of failing is I will tap my Rabbit's Foot.
Okay.
Because I failed, I get a card.
Okay.
Second thing is now I'll take my damage.
Right.
Which he does. Oh no, there is no damage.
There's no retaliate.
There's no. I thought he did. Never mind.
No, he retaliates. They're a hunter.
So I just fail.
Yep. Okay. You'll take the damage at the enemy phase.
I take the damage later on.
All right. 2I.
All right, so that did give me some cards at least.
Let's see.
Shuffle.
I guess I'll try.
What is your Kuriki?
Knife.
Oh, it's a knife. What does your knife do?
I can fight and get +1 fist, or I can discard it and get +2 fist and +1 damage.
Oh.
But then it's discarded. So
your max in a fight is 3 versus 5, unless you have cards to commit.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not good for me. I'm
No,
not a
I hear
fighter.
you.
I'm not a fighter.
Yeah. I shouldn't have left you. But I would have been dealing with 2 of them as well, which may or may not have been good. Now yours has a lower dexterity than. Oh no, they're the same. 3.
What?
I thought mine said 5, but I can't read.
No.
Could try evade them if you have any.
I mean, I could try evading him, but he's got Hunter. So, and there's nowhere to really go. Because this is a dead end.
Sure. Evading him, exhaust him completely.
Then I could find another place.
Find a clue. Because he doesn't wake up until at the end of the monster turn.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I guess I will attempt to evade. It's a 5 versus 3. I'm only allowed to use one of those.
Yeah.
So 3 plus 2 is 5 versus 3. Ugh. That is
-2.
and cancel the effects of icons.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Pull it again.
Yeah, but it also cancels, so now I'm at a 3 versus 3.
Yeah. I was looking at the tablet.
Yeah.
Shoot.
-1, so I fell by 1 because of canceling
Yeah.
icons. Alright, I failed to evade.
That's one action.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to me that I would just keep trying to run, personally. But
Well, I also have I have very limited things I can do if I have less than four cards in hand.
Right.
Less than 5 cards in hand.
because let's just say, if you pull poorly 4 times in a row, you don't lose anything, right? There's nothing here that does damage.
Discards the top 2 cards.
Discard your cards.
Yeah.
If you attack, you may knock 1 off of him, but it's a 4.
Yeah. But here's my quandary. If I spend all my actions and I eventually evade him,
Yeah, then you're still there, and he's
and then I won't get pinged this round, but then he will just re-engage me before
Right.
my next turn. So, and if I'm 1 step away and he's Hunter, so he's going.
Oh yeah, but if you're 1 step away, he will hunt me, not you.
Why?
What's his prey?
Oh, lowest.
Yeah, mine's a 2.
Oh, okay.
So he will hunt me if he comes.
Oh, okay.
If we're in the same place or the same distance,
Okay.
he will hunt me. So
All right. Well, then I will try again. 5 versus 3 again. Zero.
Yeah.
Yay.
So he is over here and exhausted.
Okay.
So that's two turns.
2 actions. So now,
I would love for you to spend an action, if you can, to search.
Yeah, I just got to make it where right now it's a 4 versus a 3.
Yep.
So I need to first draw a card. Okay, so now I have 5 cards again.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Well, why wouldn't I?
Because you want to not be here.
Well, I would love to not be there, but I don't have a way to succeed at a 4 versus 3. 4 lore versus a 3 shroud. What are the chances of success on that?
It's limited.
Right. So,
but you're just going to be in the exact same position
I know.
next
Yeah.
round. So to me, the best opportunity is for you to not be there.
Oh, well then you know what I can do.
But
I could move here.
yes, but why not just throw a Hail Mary? So if you miss on a 3 versus a 4, what's going to hurt? What's going to happen to you? If it's just a 4 versus a 3,
Okay.
and you pull a -1, a 0, or a +1, or you're so there's 4 tokens in there that are success. Everything else is a failure.
Okay.
The only one that will hurt you is possibly cycling through the deck, but it's just a loss.
Yeah.
Also, did you get something for winning on that, or was it
No.
okay?
No, it just has the condition I can only use 1 unexpected courage per.
Yeah. But if you miss, it's just a whiff,
Okay.
and then you move away.
All right.
Don't you? Am I wrong on that?
No, I just don't like my odds, so I think it's a waste of action. But
Yeah, but what are you going to do if you go over here? Take a card? Is that what you're going to do?
I was going to have more resources. Yeah.
Okay. So then, at the end of that round, we'll have to move back over here
Right.
and investigate.
Yeah.
How many cards do you have right now?
4.
So you're going to get a card in the upkeep,
Right.
which takes you your 5 and a resource.
Right. But here's the thing. See, if I just move here, then I could potentially put a card in the play. But
Okay.
but
I'm
that's
fine with that. I'm fine with that.
But no, it's fine. I will.
I'm fine either way. I will act now that I see what you're doing.
So this is 4 versus 3. And this is the -2. So I fail.
All right.
So then I move here.
That was the broken tablet.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's all of us. So then
Yep.
enemy.
So enemies. This one does nothing.
Okay.
This one is going to attack me. So he attacks me with a health and a horror. So Peter will take the horror. My guard dog will take the health. He will bite him back, which kills him.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, that guard dog is nice.
In essence, that's 3 times that I get hit that it does damage.
Nice. Yeah.
And I have 2 of those in my deck.
Nice.
I just have to get the resources.
I mean, oh yeah. Okay, so 2 of your 5 are guard dogs. Got it.
He's exhausted,
Yeah.
so he doesn't do anything.
Nice.
Upkeep.
All right.
Unexhaust everything.
Yeah. I'm not getting the cards in the order in which I need to get them. To be honest.
Yeah, that is part of the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oof. I don't think this next fight is going to go the same way, but.
All right. And then we. All right. What do we got going here? Crypt Chill. Revelation. Test will 4. If I fail, choose and discard 1 asset I control.
Ooh. That is not great.
Well, I could choose the discard the knife.
You do, yeah, the knife is an asset.
Yeah.
Is that no surge or anything like that?
No.
All right, then I'll take a card. While you're doing that. need to find this out.
Alrighty. Before I pull this, I might just decide to auto fail.
All right, I need to find out this. What if the spawn location doesn't exist?
Okay, that's still success. What if the what now?
It doesn't exist.
Oh, it spawns where?
It says spawns at an altered location. There are no altered locations.
Oh, true. Then it might do spawn where we are.
I don't think
as
there's
a backup.
Okay, enemies spawning at location not as big. You are supposed to discard it, page 19 of rules, under spawning heading. If an enemy has no legal location to spawn at, for example, for its spawn instructions direct to a specific location that's not in play, it does not spawn and is discarded instead.
Oh, okay. But it doesn't. You don't draw a new card. It doesn't surge.
Let me look at the.
I mean, let's hope not. But that was a victory card. Not whether we care or not. But it's a health 6. So that's.
Yeah. Just says it does not spawn and is discarded instead. Which is a bit of a shame in that.
I mean, do you think you could have taken it?
I
With
don't
6 health?
Not with 6. I mean, with 6 health would have been hard. I mean, Duke can do 2 damage. He does a damage per thing.
Yeah.
It would have been hard, but it doesn't matter. The rules are we just lost the victory point.
Okay.
So.
All right.
So there's that.
Okay, so we're on to the next.
So we are on the next action, which means I should probably
Did
go.
I? Oh yeah, I dealt. Oh my! I just. Oh, I succeeded mine.
Did you succeed?
I succeeded.
Okay.
I spent a resource, but I succeeded. So.
All right. I guess I need to go and engage this thrall so you can. I mean, I could. I don't think I'm going to get the same pull that I just got, so I could investigate in there, but then that takes that ability away from you.
Only no.
Oh, if I yes,
it's 1 success per round, but if you.
Oh no, but I can't do it because I. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
It's up to you, or we sit here and we do another setup round, but then we've got this ticking on.
No,
us.
I don't want to do that. I can go in and engage him. I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth it to lose another card. I don't think it is.
Okay.
Because I would either have to pull the Elder token or use a card to ready him again. So I'm not. I'm just going to... It's going to be less steps, but I'm going to move here. This guy engages me.
Okay.
That's one action.
All right.
Action 2 is Duke will attack with unexpected courage. So that is a 6 versus a 5. Not great. But that's a win. 5 to 5.
And he takes 2 damage?
So he takes 2 damage.
Okay.
Now, I don't have Duke.
Did you move and attack or did you investigate?
I moved and attacked.
You moved and attacked, so you have 1 more action.
I have 1 more action. And I will spend a card for free to ready Duke. Then Duke will attack again. But Duke is attacking at a 4 versus a 5.
Okay.
Only to get me a free card.
Okay.
0. Loses by 1. Now, I will instead use my lucky card, which I only have 2, and so that now they've both been in place. So that's how this is going to go, just so you know.
Okay.
When you would fail a test, get a +2 to your skill value for that test. So that is a +2, which means that Duke is hit for 2.
Duke is hit?
Yeah.
Why is Duke hit?
Oh, did I not use? Oh, wait a minute. No, never mind.
You said.
Let me redo. Let me redo my math. I missed my math. I was thinking I was attacking with him. Yeah, no, I spent perception to ready him.
Right. No,
And then
right. So the 2 damage goes to the monster.
that's what I just said. I said he does 2 damage.
Oh, what I heard you say was Duke is hit. And I
No,
was like,
Duke
what's hit?
hit. Duke does hit.
Oh, okay, got it.
All right, so the lucky card goes away. This avian thrall goes away.
Nice. If only they
So-
had VP on him.
Duke is
Clutch.
active today.
He is clutch.
He is very active today. Duke and my lucky cards. I am playing this exactly how he's been. I have no resources. I have only 1 card. Duke is being exhausted and unexhausted.
And you're done though, right?
Yes.
All right. So for 1 action, I come here. For a second action, I will investigate a 6 versus a 3.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
What does your elder sign do for you?
+2, but I can choose to automatically fail in order to draw 3 cards. So, and I'm actually debating because I have 2 more actions.
Yeah.
You can't move because you've
I
already
cannot
gone.
move.
So even if I get a path, I don't necessarily want to go there,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, that's fine.
And we don't have any at the moment. We don't have any creatures, so I want to stay with you.
You do now, huh?
Okay. I'm going to choose to fail in order to draw 3 cards. But, so now I have, nice, I have stuff I can do. Thank God. Okay. So now I will get a resource and then investigate again. And but I will commit this to it instead of spending the resource. What this does is, this is 2 lore and a question, so I'm going to use it for 3 lore. I would normally be able to use it for a card draw, but only if I have clues, and this is not a scenario where we're going to be accumulating
Yeah.
clues, because as soon as we get them, we have to burn them, and they're not coming out anyway. So, is there anything else I want to throw at this?
I'm gonna guess, just because there were 4 cards,
Yeah.
that there are 2 that have 0 and 2 that have 2 clues. Or it's 0, 1, 1, 1.
Yeah.
It can't be any other math. It couldn't be only 1 with 2. So,
That's a success.
All right.
It was yeah. All right. I mean, it was barely a success because it's 7
so
minus 4.
that was an
squared.
investigate.
Yep.
So, second, you mix those up, so just take them at the top.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. It goes here. We're not there.
We're not there yet. No, it comes into play.
Yeah, but it comes into play, but it doesn't get revealed.
No, it doesn't have a thing on it, so it comes into play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, okay. Okay. So.
Yeah, because it couldn't be here, because how would you get there?
Oh, okay. Got it.
All right, so
Comes with 2 clues. Shrouded 2, enforced. After you reveal slaughtered woods, take 2 horror if you have no actions remaining. Well, shit, I have no actions remaining. I did that in my last action. So I take 2 horror.
oh,
Ouch.
and that's your last action.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know it was going to do. I didn't know that revealing a location could give me horror.
Revealing a location can always do damage to you.
Have
you played this game?
I haven't even gone there.
I know, but
I haven't even gone there.
it could reveal a monster that attacks you immediately.
Okay. All right. So, monster phase. This one does nothing. Upkeep phase. Yeah. Resource card. Okay. All right. And then we've got this. It's at 7 towards 12. This. Place 1 doom on the current agenda. 8 towards 12.
Okay. Frozen in Fear. Put Frozen Fear in play in your threat area. The first time you perform one of the following actions, move, fight, or evade each round, it costs you 1 additional action. At the end of your turn, test will versus 3. If you succeed, discard Frozen in Fear.
Okay. Wait a minute. Which actions?
Move, fight, or evade.
It doesn't apply to investigate.
Right. Right, but yeah.
Right?
Yes, correct. It just cuts me down to 2 actions instead of 3 in most cases.
Right. Except that because Duke investigate can drag you
Yes, I can move to the spot.
using investigate.
Unless there's a limitation. Yes, that is correct. I do know what you were saying.
Okay. This is already revealed, so there's no more lurking threat there.
All right, this is a new round, right?
Yeah.
So the question is, do we want to put it out the 3rd location or not?
Well, this is only giving us 2 clues, and from here, we don't get to go anywhere else but back to here. So, I need to basically stay. I need to reveal the next.
Oh,
location.
but here's the deal. Yeah. So
we don't have to be.
We have to
in
have
our
4.
place. Yeah.
This is going to reveal this.
Okay.
That's 100% sure. This, paying the 4, will reveal this.
Well, we've only got one more diverging path.
So it's going to have 2 clues on it as well.
Okay.
It's going to have to.
Yeah, or else we're screwed.
Right. So mathematically, the game wouldn't make it impossible to move forward. So I would say, based off of that,
Do you want me to reveal it first?
I would try to reveal it first since it's a new round.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I forgot.
Peter. Or yeah.
Look, he's handsome and very talented, but he's not very good at his memory.
He's forgetful.
I wish that guard dog could heal.
I'm not 8. I'm not a card, which is nice. I mean, it's nice, but it also means that I will need to, before the round when we draw a card, do something. But I should have extra actions. I should have the extra actions.
All right, wherever I move to, I'm going to end up there. So I think to some degree that is a good reason for you to just try to discover something.
Yeah.
Because I only get one good investigate.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
And I may.
Okay. I will investigate and so it's going to be 6. Six versus 3. Ooh, nice. And I'm going to not worry. I can't draw 3 cards anyway, so I'm just going to take the success.
Yeah.
All right.
So
That
the
is
final
this.
path.
Which force after you reveal Frozen Spring, lose the remainder of your actions immediately in your turn. So this penalized me for revealing it on my last action.
Yeah.
This penalizes it for me doing it on my first action. 2 clues. Damn it.
Okay.
I was debating whether I'd do something else first, but I was like, no, I didn't want this to happen to me again.
Right.
So I was like, I'll do it first.
All right. So.
I can't win. I mean, I can't. Last time, first time.
Do you want me to stay with you? Because I got some things I could do.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to stay here for one round.
Well, here's the thing: is that.
Yeah. Let me just set something up because it's actually of value.
Yeah, I had all kinds of stuff I could do with my remaining 3 actions, but I don't have remaining 3 actions.
I hate to waste turns, but let's do it. It's not a waste for me. It's just I hate to go through that deck.
Right.
All right. I'm going to take a resource. That's action 1. Action 2 is I'm going to put my fire extinguisher into play, which goes in my hand. And then I am going to put on my leather coat, which costs me 0 to do. Don't need it yet, but it's out there just in case something graphic happens.
Yeah.
That's the end of my turn, okay?
Yeah.
So at the end of my turn, I have to test for success against Frozen in Fear. I have no cards in my hand. Is there a thing if you have no cards in your hand? Probably not. I will be testing 4 versus 3. -2, so I do not get rid of it.
Is that your whole turn?
That's my whole turn.
Alrighty. Monster does nothing. Upkeep. And
Take a resource
yeah, I can't.
and a card. Oh, great.
I could have done things. Now I have to. Oh, okay. Well, I And do I want to do that, or do I want to? Maybe I'll get rid of some things. Yeah, no, I'll just get rid of that one. That's fine. Okay. Oh, but that was just upkeep. So now we have this. So we're at 9 of 12. Place 1, 2, 10.
All right, we are about to be scrowled. Flip all non-Sentinel Hill locations to its unrevealed side. These are not Sentinel Hill locations. It doesn't have. It says Dunwich Woods, right?
Yeah. So that means we lose the clues.
More than that, we're gonna get all those damages that you just.
Fuck. Because they get shuffled.
All right. Shuffle the non-Sentinel locations so the players know not which is which. That was a bad time for that to happen. Oh, well, I guess that means that maybe...
I think they are supposed to just come and you just go. And then
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
It should have like a weird symbol that is not related to this.
Yeah. No, I agree, but still.
All right, well, we learned that, but it didn't really affect anything because...
Well, it affected me because it made me lose my turn.
Yeah, but you were going to do it anyway.
No, I was going to do stuff before going there.
All right, well...
in this one, I never went to at all, and I shouldn't have taken the 2 horror.
Right, but you would have... well, we would have left it unrevealed.
Right, because it was my last action, so I wouldn't have been able to go there.
Oh, right.
So I wouldn't have taken those 2 horror. Then, if one of us went there,
that person would have it.
Well, no, because it's 2 horror if it's your last action.
Oh.
But who would have gone there on their last action? We would have gone there on our first or second action.
Okay. I mean, I would agree that we could retcon that fairly, but you just lost that whole turn unfairly.
Yeah.
So I would be all right with that.
Okay. So yeah, these come in unrevealed and we don't know what it's going to do until we go there.
Right.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. All right, I'm going to go first.
All right.
Because I have a really bad situation here, which is I'm going to lose 2 turns either way, so I'm going to spend 2 actions to get rid of my psychosis.
Oh, it has that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because I don't want to take a horror and then take a damage directly, so I'm going to spend 2 turns on that.
And then you can investigate.
Then I'm going to investigate instead of move, fight, or evade.
Okay. Now, if you get the one that's the last action one, you'll take 2 horror.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Okay.
I'm aware of that, and I'm fine with taking horror.
Okay. Oh, you've got Peter.
Peter is very helpful for that. So Duke is going to investigate into this space closest to us, because why not? This is after you reveal the woods, take 2 horrors, you have no actions remaining. Well, I didn't have any actions remaining.
But you take horror and no actions remaining? Take 2 horror if you have no actions remaining.
Which I don't.
Which you don't. But it is conditional.
Yes, sorry. And both of those will go to Peter. All right, now it's the end of my turn. Peter will heal himself.
Right. And you'll do a will test?
And then I will also do a will test of 4 versus 3. That is a fail.
Okay. So, you can, even with that thing, you can sit here and investigate, right?
I can. It will be a 4 versus a 2. I mean, yeah. Your only other option is if you want to be with me in case there's a monster situation.
True.
Because there are thralls out there.
True. So
I mean, I would be happy for you to come and take those 2 clues and us be done with that. Because what we could do is if you come here and spend 2 turns, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then you have a 4th turn. And then on the first action, I go to one of those places and open it up. So then you know what's what. Here, I gotta take this. Hello. Yes. Yep. Alright, sorry about that.
I drew a 0. I spent a resource and drew a 0, so I succeeded. By 4, I only needed to succeed by 2 in order to get an extra.
Yeah.
So I got both the clues.
So you have 2 turns left.
Well, one of them I spent my remaining resource to get out my strange solution, and now I'm trying to do my lore test. It's a 4 versus a 4 because I don't have a resource to spend, but to your point, I don't think there's a real downside to attempting it.
Lore test for...
Using my solution.
Oh, using your solution, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll wait on using the solution because I've already got 7 cards in hand. If I succeed, it would give me 2, which would be past my limit. So do I want to put my solution in play or do I want to put something else in play?
I mean, you may not be able to do it again, so... Although it's only 1 resource. It would have to be a 1 resource thing because you spent 1 resource for that, right?
Yeah, but I could also just... I'm going to take the resource back because I'm going to rethink this. Because I have... So with this, without doing this, I have 2 actions left. So I could spend an action to get a resource and then put a 2 resource thing in play. I'm going to...
Also, we need to know this is going this time, probably.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, It's at 10.
Yeah.
But if we get another one of those advanced things, yeah. So I'm going to spend a resource to put my scavenging into play. That way I can discard my knife for its better effect and then get my knife back.
Okay.
And then for my last action, I am going to hope that I do not draw my paranoia. Actually, I don't need to do that right now. What do I need to do right now? I'll just take one resource. No. Action column, yeah. I'll do that and take 3 resources. Okay.
Oh no.
What? What's wrong?
I haven't been paying attention. I forget that Pete gives me a +1 on my will.
Yeah, so you think you might have succeeded at that?
I might have succeeded at that in the past, but
Okay.
I don't. Last time I didn't because I failed by 2.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I did. I had a minus. So 4 + 1 would have been 5. Failed by 2 would have been 3. Right?
I'm not
All right.
all your words, but I will trust you if you remapped it and recollect.
I'm pretty darn sure.
Okay.
The first time I failed by 1, I think. Man, I'm bad at this. I am not good at this. Oof.
We need to remember that one of those divergent paths, if we go to it, will immediately do 2 doom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're
So it's 50-50 on the choice.
probably gonna have a loss in here pretty soon. Because we have to go find the other one.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Enemy, nothing. Upkeep. Okay.
Man, I am doing this on the wing and a prayer over here.
Okay. And then
So then the question is, okay. Base of the hill connected to each copy of diverging path. So in essence, we have to go back to the base of the hill to go to a path.
yeah. Oh, it does. So that's how we get here because it says that you
Yeah.
can go there. That's what allows us to.
That's where, okay, we'll remember that for altered paths.
Yeah. Okay. So I put the thing as in charge. Revelation. Each investigator at a Sentinel Hill location test board.
We are not at a Sentinel Hill location.
Okay.
We are at a Dunwich Wood location.
Okay. And it doesn't have a surge, so.
Wizard of Yog Sothoth. He, when forced, when gauge investigator draws a hex or a pact card, wizard attacks that investigator.
What's his prey?
His prey is least card in hands.
That would be you.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I was overthinking that. Prey is for movement. So
Well, prey is his target priority when he's in multiple targets.
yeah, but I think you were right. Whoever draws it, unless it has a spawn
Right.
information.
That's what I thought you.
I think that's what I was saying, and
Yeah.
that's what we did for sure because it did that. But I think All right, so now I'm engaged with this guy. Now he has a health of 3, but a fight of 4.
Okay.
So that means I'm gonna have to deal with this guy for a minute.
Okay. Alrighty. But we have not triggered this yet. We would like to succeed this before this triggers.
Yeah.
But that's a toss up.
What we lose is my ability to run into places to see if there's something in there.
Right.
Do you want me to fight him while you can think about what's going on? Because I can't do anything but fight him.
If I engage him,
That doesn't benefit anything.
what's his agility?
3. I can handle him. I can kill him this round. I just won't get anything done.
Oh, okay.
You will just have to separate.
Well, you go ahead and.
But let me see what happens.
Yeah,
first.
you go ahead and do that.
All right. So Duke is going to fight him with overpower. So that is going to be a 6 versus a 4.
Do you want a help?
I
can give you 1.
Do you need the card for your?
Nah.
Because actually, let me do this instead. I'll spend a resource to make it 7 versus 4.
Okay, I can still make it. I can make it 8 versus 4 if you like.
Sure.
All right. Oh no, sorry, that's a lump. You need a fist.
Yeah.
I lied. I have nothing
All
I
right.
could give you.
But I'm going 7 versus 4.
Sorry.
I could make it 8 versus 4.
I'm looking at head this entire time, and it's not head. It's
I could make it 8 versus 4, but I'm not going to.
That's fine. Yeah. My bad. I'm sorry. I even offered that.
That's the red, which is -1.
Yeah.
So that's a success.
Okay.
I could have done it without
Okay. Yeah.
the extra resource. All right, so that's Duke. He does 2 damage.
Okay.
That's action 1. Action 2, because I can't reset Duke, I am going to.
And you healed his aura on upkeep.
I did because he got 2.
Okay, I'm just making sure you
Yeah,
remembered.
I did. Well, we did it immediately at the end of my turn.
Yeah.
No, it's not on upkeep. It's at the end of my turn.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, I'm going to spray the fire extinguisher at this guy.
Okay.
That gives me a +1. So that brings me up to a 3 versus a 4. And I'll add a resource, which will make it 4 versus 4. So it is a Hail Mary.
Wait.
You don't have anything because it's the exact same thing.
That true statement. Yep. I know I don't have fist. I'm just double checking on a question mark. No,
So 4 versus 4. I pull a -3. That is a loss.
Okay.
All right. That goes away. That would have been a +2, which would have been nice. But I lost the skill test, so I will draw a card.
Okay.
As per my rabbit split. All right. I have one more action.
Okay.
I will, for my last action, try to spray him with that straight up. So that is a 3 versus a 4.
Okay.
It's the green,
Mm-hmm.
which means reveal another one. I don't have any. Wait a minute. Cancel the effect icons of each skill card. So I have no skill cards committed to it. -4. That is a loss. I will draw a card.
You have to tap that.
Nope.
It's just automatic.
It's automatic.
Okay. And you're done?
Yep, that's my last turn.
Peter gets rid of the horror.
So Peter will get rid of his horror. Do I have any other end of? Because those were my bad guys. Nope.
So when he claps back at you, you're going to kill him with the guard dog.
Correct.
Nice.
But I am going to take 2 horror. But Peter has
Yeah.
gotten rid of those.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's not a big deal. It just means I'm
And it's a victory point.
likely to stay there. Yeah. Oh, yes. Because the only thing that we did that was a victory point was the one that we ran through. But
It was 6 health. Yeah.
yeah, we just didn't get to fight.
Yeah.
So before that turns, he will be dead.
Yeah. Alrighty.
And the good thing is, if necessary, I can let my leather coat take the hit in the future if something weird happens
Right. So I move,
to save the guard.
and then that's my first action. So my second action is going to be move to one of these two. One of these is going to trigger this. The other one will be where the 2 clues are.
Yes, but that was what? After you reveal, take your 2 horror. If it's your last turn.
The other one was lose your entire turn if it's your first action, but it's not going to be my first
Yes,
action.
correct.
So I'm not at risk of losing my entire turn.
Right.
I'm only at risk of advancing the agenda
Yeah.
and being in the wrong place.
Yep. I mean, most likely it's going to collapse this and open that next up.
I don't have a way of knowing which one to go to.
There's no way of knowing which way.
It's the wrong one. To Doom, but we don't even. Well, to Doom stays here because it will count towards the next agenda also. But that.
Well, not necessarily.
Pretty sure.
How many moves do you have left?
Well, this is immediate. As soon as there's 12 Doom out, it triggers the agenda.
Oh, is that what it says?
No, that's the base rules for our agenda.
No, base rules are you check for. There is a step that is check for.
Oh, what?
Yep. Mythos phase. Place 1 Doom. Advance agenda if Doom threshold is satisfied.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't happen right now.
Unless something tells it to trigger.
Okay.
So, one of 2 things. We don't have. You don't have the ability for you to get here. And
No, because it would be 2 more.
yeah. So you have a couple of things to do. Either I wouldn't waste time taking those off because it's going to advance anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you could either stay there and set things up, or you can come back to me. Those are my thoughts of options.
Well, I can come here because we'll have to go there.
Yep.
And then I have one more action.
Yes. Do you need another card? Do you need to get your solution out?
I'd like to get my solution out, but for my own self-preservation, this might be more important.
All right, let me ask you this before you do that.
Yep.
Are there any chances that there's something that's going to discard all your cards or discard whatever, and then that gets out of your hand?
I don't know.
Okay. I said it out loud. Just so you know. But you could also lose all your assets in play.
Mm-hmm. I know I have another paranoia in my deck.
Yeah, which will just your resources.
Mm-hmm. That's a big deal for me.
Yep.
The disc of its armor is a protective amulet. When a non-elite enemy spawns at my location, I can discard the disc of its armor to discard that enemy.
Oh, that's nice.
And because it's an item, I can scavenge to get it back out of my discard.
Yeah.
So
That's really good.
yeah, but it's costs 3.
Costs 3, but
Yep. So that's my turn.
all right. Now we do the enemy phase. He does nothing. Just sits there and waits on us. This guy will attack me for 1 damage and 2 horror.
Mm-hmm.
My man Pete gets in the way, and then the guard dog takes 1 and bites him back, which does the last damage to him. This is a victory. I will put it down. We'll put it down here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is the end of the enemy phase. We're going to do the upkeep phase. Okay.
Food if you're hungry for lunch or anything.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Hmm.
Okay, that is the end of the upkeep phase.
This would come up and it's going to trigger it.
Yep. So, advance the agenda if Doom Threshold is satisfied. Those come off, those do not,
Right.
as of right now.
That's my understanding. Yeah.
Yes. Phew.
As you explore the path surrounding Sentinel Hill, the chanting at the hilltop rises to a crescendo and takes an otherworldly quality, reverberating through the trees as if carried by unseen currents. The world begins to change. The grass and trees dissolve like sugar in a cup of tea. A vast of endless sky slices through the reality you see before you, and you feel drawn to it, terrified and awestruck. The arcane power becomes distorted and seeps around you, creating strange alterations in the land. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Beckoning for power. Wow, this one's in a much more difficult script to read. The old ones were the old ones were, the old ones are, and the old ones shall be. Not in the spaces we know, but between them. They walk serene, primal, undimensioned into us unseen. Oh, that was last scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Yog Sothoth knows the gate. Yog Sothoth is the gate. Yog Sothoth is the key and guardian of the gate. Past, present, future, all are one in Yog Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through of old and where they shall break through again. He knows where they have trod earth fields and where they still tread them, and why no one can hold them. All oldie time italicized.
So that's it. So,
Well, yeah. So 10 doom, we will lose. Well, 8 more doom because we've got 2 on here. But
yeah. Okay, so then that means everything comes back. All right, we need to get through this freaking clues.
yep.
We got 2, right?
Well, we also have these.
Oh, yeah, we gotta do them. Make those space.
Peril. I don't. I have to read myself.
So you have to make a decision.
What is direct damage and direct horror? Does that mean it comes to you and you can't go to your allies and stuff? Is that in allies and equipment?
I believe so.
Okay.
12. Let's just see. 7. 12. Direct damage, direct horror, page 9. Direct damage. If an ability causes a card to take direct damage or direct horror, that damage or horror must be assigned directly to the specified card and cannot be reassigned elsewhere. So did you take direct damage?
No, it may be attached something to the act.
Okay. Treat all damages as direct damage and all horror as direct horror. Ooh. Okay, well that's not good for me.
Right, but
But it will go away faster.
right, I had to attach it to one of the 2.
Yeah. If that would have come out just previously, it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn. All right. Well, starting right off with some good things. Test willpower. My will is a 4 + 1 versus a 3.
Well, at least there's no consequence for failing the test.
-5. Okay. So 5 minus 5 is 0, so it's a 3. For each point you fail by, I take 1 horror. So that is a 3, -3 directly to me.
Ouch.
So I now only have 1 horror left.
Ouch.
Timing. Timing was terrible on that.
I'm sorry.
Oof. That sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked a lot.
It sucked for you. No, you don't have any way to take horror back off you, right?
Nope.
Yeah, neither do I.
Not
Okay.
that I remember.
Yep. You don't have a smoking pipe.
I mean, there's other cards out there, but I don't think I have any that removes horror.
Okay.
Shite.
I recommend I take the first turn.
Yeah.
That's our advice.
Oh, no. Remember, if this is your...
Not first act. I'm not going to go there on my first action, but take the first turn
Yep.
between the 2 of us.
Well, I mean, the other thing could be is I could move here and then investigate.
I mean, that works too, honestly. If you don't have anything else to do.
I don't know. I got nothing to do other than maybe take a resource or something.
Okay, yeah. Well, it would be move, investigate, and then you'd have an action.
No, go ahead.
No.
No, you go ahead because
you go.
I can do some. We'll find out what this does.
Well, we know what this does.
No, but I mean the success because you should get both of those, right? Because then I could put something into play. Is what I'm saying. I could put my scavenging into play.
Okay. All right. So
I mean, I might still be able to do it. Let me just do it. Yeah. All right. I'm going to move, and then I'm going to send Duke in to investigate.
Okay. And
actually, no. I'm going to move. I'm going to put this asset into play.
Okay.
Action 2. After you successfully investigate by 2 or more, choose an item card in your discard pile and put it in your hand.
Nice.
Then I'm going to send him in to investigate. Now, it's not going to be a big threshold here. So, this is after you reveal Frozen Spring, lose the remainder of your actions and immediately end your turn.
Okay.
There's no if it's your whatever. It just says,
oh, yeah.
After you reveal Frozen Spring, lose the remainder of your actions.
So at least you did
and
it
immediately end your turn. But
you did it on your last action.
the question is do I get to finish the action that I'm doing?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say yes because it's lose your remainder of your actions. The immediately
I'm in an action right now.
Yeah, the immediately end your turn. I don't know if it means immediately mid-action lose your turn, but I'm going to rule that you can do it.
Oh, yeah, because it's the. All right.
Because it's not revealed unless you investigate.
Right. Correct. The investigation is it's a fail anyway, so it's not
Okay.
bad. Which actually is not that bad for that particular thing. All right. He's going to heal himself,
Okay.
even though it doesn't matter anything.
Okay. All right. So I move in there, but I don't lose the rest of my turn, which is good. And then, I will spend. I have 3 actions remaining. Let's see. All right. So with this, I'm going to make it a. This is 2 and this is 2. So this is 4 plus 4. So this is an 8 versus 3.
My fail before allowed me to draw a card.
Plus 1 is a success by more than 2. So I get to do a couple things. I get to take both clues, which will immediately reveal that. But before we do that, I also get to, because I use this card, I get to draw a card on success. And I will, after we reveal this, I will have 2 actions.
All right, just so you know, this guy caused me to allowed me to draw a card, which I had done. But the card that I drew was my basic weakness, which was a thing. So.
Well, that's not fun. What's it do to you?
It just makes me fight this guy. I haven't.
Well, but it won't. But we got rid of the direct damage clause because we're moving on from this.
Right.
Act. Okay. So I gotta remember I have 2 actions remaining. Okay. During your search through the wooded paths around the base of Sentinel Hill, you come across a startling sight. A herd of sheep lays dead upon the ground in a secluded clearing, their bloody carcasses placed in a strange but careful pattern. Holding your nose against the stench of death, you step over mangled sheep on your way to the center of the old formation. In the center of the sheep lies the corpse of a man. A clear jewel has been firmly pressed into his forehead, caving in the front of his skull. His eyes are wide, his face contorted in a vision of fear, as if beseeching you for mercy. Though you know better, you check for a pulse. As you touch the man's skin, the jewel in his forehead dissolves, and the woods around you seem to clear. Why would I do something so stupid?
Yeah.
This is taking my player agency away from me.
Yeah.
You know, it's saying that I'm stupid. Remove all clues from each location in play. It's fine, because we had as many, well, I had to spend all 40, so I did spend these 4 doing things.
Yeah.
So there's no more to, you know, nothing. The arcane presence masking the path further up the hill has faded. Reveal ascending path.
Okay.
Go ahead and you can go ahead and read ascending path.
It just says ascending path is connected to each copy of the altered path. Investigate as an action. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set aside altered path in the foot. Limit 1 per round.
Okay.
So it's in essence the same thing. It doesn't make anything disappear.
Okay. Okay. And then, but it has no clues on it. Okay. But we just investigate. It's basically, yeah. Rinse and repeat. Okay. Objective: when an investigator enters Sentinel Peak, advance. So we need to make it to Sentinel Peak.
Yeah, we need to like do something.
And there's an Act 3, so
Yeah.
we will have to do even more stuff. Okay.
Yeah, and you're going to be ended up finishing this one on your own, like I did yesterday. Just I'm pretty sure.
Okay. And then,
Yeah.
So do I stay with you or do I move up? Is there? Because I could move and investigate and reveal and put into play, not reveal, but put into play the first of the altar paths.
What is the hourglass? There's no hourglass. Like these symbols don't exist anywhere.
Where?
The symbols on the bottom.
Hmm?
There's these.
Oh, they might go to altar paths.
Yeah, that might be it.
They might be shortcuts, you know, to altar path. You might be able to go from an altar path to a destroyed path and so forth. This is 4, this is 5, 6, 7. Yeah, just for the sake of, you know, we've got to be as quick about it as we can. This because we're 2 towards the 10 already. So we'll be 3 versus 3 or 10. Okay. So I go there. I'm going to investigate again. So that is a 6 versus a 3. Let's see if I'm going to pump it any more than that.
The hourglass is the one that we pulled out.
Okay. The so I will also use or burn this as a skill. So that is now 7 versus 3. -2 is a success. So, 3 alter path, law.
So this just stays. That's what we learned
Yep.
last time.
Yep.
A shiver courses up your spine as you step forth onto the path as its route touched by a bizarre arcane power.
Yep.
So that was your last turn?
Yes. Okay. So then, enemies, not a hunter.
I have an enemy.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to make a decision. And that decision is either to kill my guard dog now, which I think I will.
Or you could just paint him leather coat.
Well, if I let it kill the guard dog, it retaliates. Because the only way I could get rid of him is either beat him or get 4 resources.
Okay.
Well, maybe you're right. I'll take the. Maybe I can find a way to get some resources. Yeah, I'll let him stay around 1 round.
Okay. So then we have upkeep, right? Okay.
Hmm.
And then for there and Dissonant Whispers. I cannot play assets or events. That sucks. At the end of the round, discard Dissonant Whispers. So for a round, I cannot play assets or events, which is basically I can't play my hand. Like literally my entire hand. Okay.
Obscuring fog. Revelation attached to your location. Limit 1 per location. Location gets a +2 shroud. After attached location is successfully investigated, discard obscuring. So it's here.
Oh, like we don't really care.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to investigate that area.
Right.
All right. I'm going to propose something.
Yep.
Is there something you can do with your guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I am possibly thinking I'm going to take 3 resources
Okay.
and then let my leather coat get cut up and stay exactly where I am.
Okay.
Which means if you want to
I'll just put another one of these
put another
out.
one in place and then prep something, can you investigate? Oh, you just can't do...
I can't do events and assets. I can investigate, which is once per round.
Right.
But then I will have
But you could draw up and collect things.
I can collect resources. I can collect
Because this goes away at the end of this turn.
Yeah. I can draw resources. I can draw cards. I can move. So first thing I'm probably going to do is just investigate.
Well, let me just do this. I'm going to draw 3 resources as my 3 actions.
Okay.
And I am done. Because
Okay.
I'm just going to parlay this guy out. Because I don't want to fight against the 4.
Right.
I mean, I could possibly beat him, but then I don't have a chance if I lose to guarantee that he's gone. And I would like for him to be guaranteed to be gone.
Well, here's the question: do I put another altered path into play,
I think you do.
or do I just move and see what this one
I
is?
think we put another
Because
one.
we don't necessarily need. This isn't requiring clues.
is requiring access.
It's requiring access, and if this one gives access, then any other one is a diversion.
The only thing I would say is that you had some stuff here that was, if this is your last turn, or if this is your only
Ends your turn. Yeah.
ends your turn. So, you have 3 turns.
I will investigate.
If
just
you're
to
going to
put
walk
another-
forward, I would say
do it my last
second to last turn.
Okay.
Turn 3.
Okay. So first action, I will investigate. Or do I want to take a resource and then investigate? Depends upon how. Do I want 6 versus 3, or do I want 8 versus 3? Just a second. I can't play these, but I can use them for skill icons. Okay. I will. I'm going to take a resource, and then spend 2 resources so that I'm 8 versus 3 on my investigate. This is auto fail, red token. So I've got 2 actions left. I will auto fail. That sucks because even the -5 I was prepared for. It's the auto fail, the only token.
Yep.
Could have made me fail that. So I'm not likely to. Well, I've got 2 actions left, so I can take another resource and then investigate again. But then I'm going to be moving. I'm going to take a chance on moving.
Okay.
Connects to each copy of Altered Pathfinder. After you reveal Dimensional Gap, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. Spawn that enemy here instead of its normal spawn location.
Getting rid of some stuff. Probably good. It says keep until
Until an enemy is discarded. So until you encounter an enemy.
we shuffle back in, or
It doesn't say so. No.
okay.
Is it an elite enemy? It's not elite. But guess what? I don't want to deal with it. So, boom, boom. And then, and I have 1 action left. It didn't have the elite keyword on it.
Yeah.
So this gives clues. We don't know what we need clues for. So I could just move back to ascending path, but if they're giving clues, then there's probably a need for clues. But there's also been effects where you discard all your clues. So gathering clues before you need them is a risk as well. That would be 1, 2. That'd be a 6 versus 3. Yeah, okay. I'm going to investigate. I'm adding 2 more icons, so it is a 6 versus a 3. Okay, that was a success by 2. Success by 2.
I forgot that he at the end of my turn
Yep.
healed that time.
Yep. So success by 2 not only gets me both clues, but I get to exhaust this to take an item back out of the discard. So do I want my rabbit's food or do I want my... It's expensive, but the disc of Zampa is kind of clutch.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
I already have a knife, so I might not need another knife right this second. It's expensive, but I'm going to take this back into hand. All right, and then, okay, that's me, so that's us. So then, enemy phase.
This guy will attack me, which hits my leather coat, which
Okay.
destroys it.
There we go.
That guy does not move. That is all that's on the table, right?
Yep. Okay.
Upkeep.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this in the round, this goes away.
What the heck? Oh, I have an illegal deck. We never put my. Shit. Okay.
Well, if it's in a little card, you can just put it out and draw a replacement.
I believe that is correct. Yep. Somehow I have another copy of Lucky in here. I'll put this here so that I can remember to do that.
You can only have a max 2 luckies.
Max 2 of any card.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And that's an upgrade. That's a level 2 lucky.
Yeah.
So is that supposed to be replacing one of your your 0 luckies?
No, I think I just did that action twice. I just paid attention twice.
Okay.
I don't know. I apparently details are not what I'm paying attention to.
Alrighty.
I'll have to just fix this deck afterwards.
Alright. So then, Mythos phase, got that, this. Thrall, location with the most clues. Well, I took these clues.
So there's no clues left. that place has the most, I think is fair.
Well, you need to come here though
Oh,
to get to here.
there looks good.
Okay. And we said that on tie it doesn't have to.
That is correct.
It does not have to be the.
Players choose.
Okay.
When everything is equal, players choose.
Oh, okay. And it does not have hunter, so you can just hang
Yep.
out there.
Frick.
What?
Everything's direct again.
Okay. For the duration of.
The act.
Yeah, because if we lose the agenda.
We're dead anyway. It's the end of the game.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
No, it's going to be for a very long time. Everything's direct.
which means I'm not going to survive
Why?
because I only have one horror left.
Oh. Okay.
There's no way that I don't take a horror between here and that happening.
All right.
But we'll just keep playing. I mean,
Yep. Okay. So, you're on to investigator phase, right?
yep.
Alrighty. So this was not the way to. We need to get to here, right?
Yep.
And this did not provide such a way.
You want me to just go first so I can. I have 3 actions.
Sure.
One is to parlay with this guy.
Sure.
I will parlay this fellow. He will leave me and go to my deck. I will move to here,
Okay.
and then I'm going to investigate with Duke that area right there.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Because if
And-
you succeed to investigate, yeah.
I will add a card to it, and so for some reason I have 2 of this guy.
You have 2 Luca.
Yeah, my off cards are 2 guards, 2 Lucas, and 1 other like Bill. I don't know what I was doing. I'm stupid. I think my deck got mixed up, but it's all right. So he's investigating into here. A shroud against a shroud of 3. He is going for 4, 5. No. Yeah, 4, 5. Yeah. 5 versus 3. I don't have a way to add something else, but that gets me to the place that I need to be. -3. So that is a loss.
So you did not reveal another, or you did not put out another.
I did not put out another one.
Okay.
But after I fail a skill test, I exhaust the rabbit's foot and I draw 1 card.
Yeah, I have a rabbit's foot, but it's in my discard now, and I maybe should retrieve the rabbit's foot rather than the disc, because the disc costs 3 to put into play, and the rabbit's foot only costs 1. But
Yeah, there was a lot of going through your deck, so I'm not sure. Anyway, that puts me at least where you are, and it does not put out another thing.
Right.
That was my 3 turns.
Okay.
But so the only thing that would have done would have saved you 1 step. So it's
Well, and because we can only do this once per round anyway.
succeed once is what
Yeah.
you said.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So if I would have succeeded, you wouldn't have had to do it. You could have, but it's 6 on one hand, half of the other.
right. So I moved there. I Oh, well, I can just. Okay. Yeah. Take a resource. Spend. I won't take a resource here. I will just spend this resource. So that is a. Oh, no, I'm doing it because I want to succeed by Do I want to succeed by 2? This is my discard. I'm sorry. I'm shooting face up. Is there any? There's rabbit's foot. And there's the knife. I don't care about the knife. Any other item we need it over here? Because there's not clues to gain, so it's just whether or not it's worth triggering this.
If we are going under the assumption that one of these paths opens up
Yeah.
the top, which then advances the agenda,
Yeah.
as much as it might be peril for you, I would appreciate that that's the path that we try to take,
Yeah.
so that we can lose this.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't do it, don't do it. But
Well, I have greater chances of success if I take a resource first. It's either going to be a 6 versus a 3, or an 8 versus a 3.
yeah, it would be nice if you left the ability to move twice.
Okay.
But that's up to you.
All right, so I will do 6 versus 3.
Ugh. If you fail by 2, I'm gonna feel like a dummy.
Zero.
Okay.
Nice. So 6 versus 3.
So we pull out the next top one goes.
And I will tap this to take my rabbit's foot in hand. Because why not?
That's a success. Any success?
2 or more.
Oh, yeah, and it was. Right.
6 versus 3 is. Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And then, yeah. So you talked me out of extra spending action and a resource. So now I have 2 actions left because I moved, investigated.
I think you gotta, because you can't do anything else. I would say off the off chance that you can do 2 moves,
And go.
move it. You may lose your turn, but
After you reveal uprooted woods, discard the top 5 cards of your deck if you have no actions remaining. I do have an action remaining, so I don't do that.
but it doesn't give us the freaking.
Right. Give some clues.
Okay.
So, I could just move back here and leave those clues, but if we're going to need clues at the end, I could spend my last action and try to pick up those clues.
Yeah, it's harder for you to succeed by 2.
It is. In fact, would I burn cards to do it?
I mean, here's the thing we know. This card triggers this event.
Which one?
This card will trigger that event, right?
It's got to.
Well, you're not supposed to know that.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how mechanically to.
Oh no, here. As an additional cost to move the Sentinel Peak, the investigator must spend 2 times the investigators as clues as a group.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So we do need.
We need
4.
4 clues to move to there.
So that's why we need the clues.
Yes.
So I do need the clues. So I should stay and pick up the clues.
Yes.
All right. So, but I've only got 1 action remaining.
Right.
So, by that, or saying goodbye to,
Yep.
and I guess this is one of my heavy hitter cards, but I don't have the resources for it at the moment. So,
Yep. I wish I would have opened that up for us, because then.
well, rabbit's foot I can in theory get back. So.
Yeah.
This would be 3 plus 4 because I want to succeed by 2.
Yeah.
So that's 7 versus
2.
7 versus 2.
Yeah, it's a shroud of 2.
I was thinking track 3 because I was thinking that location there. So that would be 7 versus 2 is up by 5, right?
Yep.
But I want to succeed by 2. So, okay, that's fine. It might be an overspend, but that's fine.
Probably is, but it's the best chance that we have to possibly save me.
Okay. -1.
Okay.
It worked. It was overspend.
So then you get both of those clues.
I get both of those clues. I've already used my scavenger, so I cannot use it again.
Right.
Right
But
now.
we can't do the
But
action.
But I can move here. The investigators must spend, as a group.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't
regardless
matter
of
when
which
you're
investigator goes, we just as a group spend those clues.
So, but you don't have a turn left, so you can't move.
No. So what we have to hope
Is that I don't take a horror.
you don't take a horror, and we don't draw a card that makes me get rid of all my clues.
Right. Those are a 2.
Okay.
But I don't think mathematically it'll do that because we don't have a way to get any more than 2 clues, depending on what that is.
I thought we encountered something that a card already that made us get rid of clues. Off
This made
locations.
us get rid of clues.
Oh, gotcha. So that you had to restart the thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of your turn.
Yep.
It is enemy's time. This
Um,
enemy doesn't do anything, and this enemy does not do anything.
Right. That's a location. Okay.
Everything else. All right. So now we
Upkeep.
upkeep. Okay.
And I have to check my card limit. No, I'm good. Okay.
That is the end of the upkeep turn.
Alrighty. So let me do that.
Nothing else happens in the.
Okay, we do this. Lupine Thrall, spawn farthest location from me. Nice. It does have Hunter, and it's going to go after the lowest agility. I'm a 3.
I am a 3, so we go to both of us.
Yeah, but I can probably take it better than you can.
All right.
I've
so
got ally and
the furthest from you is not at the top.
No.
Fortunately,
it's probably it's
it's probably
going to be one of these, right? Because you have to go from here to
so
here.
This goes to this one doesn't exist, and this one doesn't exist. So these all send you to a diamond, which is here. So that's the furthest away.
Yeah, let's do here.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter. It's not Hunter. And then yours. What's it do?
Each investigator at a Sentinel Hill location, which is me, tests for will.
And what's the penalty?
Takes 2 damage. Oh, well, that's.
2 direct damage, but
I can take the damage though.
okay.
I can't take the.
But it's
horror.
not surge, right?
No.
Okay.
All right. So that is will. I don't have any cards in my hand to commit to will. So that it's going to be a 4 versus a 3. Oh wait, I have this guy that has 2 question marks on him. So I will spend him. That makes it a 6 versus a 3.
Okay.
Should I go 7 versus 3? Because I can do it, but it is a mega Hail Mary. No, I'll stop. Damn it.
That is -4.
7 minus 4
Is a 3.
is a 3. That is a success. Nope. It
That
was
is-
against a 4.
Yeah. So you take 2 direct damage.
I could have put that extra one on there. Dummy.
Okay.
That's all right though. I can handle the.
But it's now the investigator phase, right?
Yep.
So we can only get to here from here per the green.
Yep.
But I've got the clue, so you can either investigate into here, but that might trigger something you have to fight, or I can just spend an extra action to go there. It costs me like.
I'll be fine to go in because this will immediately come off.
Yeah.
I will investigate in.
All right.
because I got a card that I can spend to put him back.
All right,
let me see if
decide
I-
what you're going to commit to.
Let me
the
see if I need to
investigation.
commit something else to that. Well, the card that I have that I am going to get rid of has that on it, but I need it to
Okay.
do that. So I'm just going to go in,
All right.
investigate at a 4.
All right. So, an arcane wall blocks the path further up the hill leading towards the peak, but we had the clue. We will spin the clues
Yep.
as a group.
We need to spin the clues.
All right. Sentinel Peak. Forced. When an investigator at this location draws a hex card, that investigator takes 1 damage.
Okay.
That's it. But, and it comes with 4 clues, which presumably we will need.
All right. This advances the act. I still have to finish my turn.
Yeah.
Approaching the peak of Sentinel Hill, you are confronted by several citizens of Dunwich. The man in the center of the circle is desperately trying to complete a Latin incantation. "It's not working, Seth," one of the other men cries out. "What are we gonna do?" The man in the center stops his chant and pulls out a cobbler's knife. "The father demands a blood sacrifice," he declares, and his face twists into a crazed expression. Before you can react, he slits his left wrist with the knife, dropping to his knees in agony. The headstone of the altar behind him splits open. A torrent of energy pours out of the stone, coalescing into the form of an open gate. Seth holds on to the stone in front of him to prevent himself from being sucked into the gate, but several of the others are startled and pulled through it. You barely manage to dig your heels and grab a hold of a nearby rock to resist the pull of the gate. Seth rises, wounded but alive. An expression of pride spreads across his pained face. Put the set-aside Seth Bishop enemy into play at Sentinel Peak with 1 damage on him.
Okay, so we've got 1 damage. He, I guess he engages with you.
Well, let's see. Is he humanized? He's an elite. Okay. The gate opens. From the ruins of the headstone on the altar, the hill's peak, a gateway of churning, vibrant energy has appeared. A force like a hurricane erupts from the gate, bending trees and pulling debris into it. The howling gale drowns out all the other sounds. Somehow you must find a way to close the gate. Objective. Only investigators at Sentinel Peak may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance.
Right.
It is going to be 4.
Right, so it's going to be these 4.
Yep.
So here's the thing. Because this spawned, it came out here, and you're here and I'm not, it has to engage with
Yes.
you. It is a victory 1 card, but it is got 6 health.
Yep.
Okay. It's no longer direct damage,
Right.
but
Let's finish my turn,
finish your turn.
which was a 4 versus a 4, which is likely to be a fail.
No, that's a success.
That's a success plus this.
Okay.
So there's that. He gets 1.
Okay.
So now that it does possibly help us because I can take a hit from this guy.
You don't.
I
need
can't take a hit from both of them.
You might not need to.
I know.
This is the last act,
Yes.
and I have 4 actions.
Right. That's my first action. That was my first action.
Was the investigate? Yeah.
So for my second action, I wonder if I should. Is there something on there that gives you horror? Discard the top things, and that's what the thing is. We are now
No.
-4.
No. They don't attack anything with retaliate. Both of
This
those.
one, they both retaliate.
Right. So don't attack either of them.
Yep.
Right. Just chill. on
I
that.
could try and exhaust this guy
Sure.
as an action.
Yeah, like spend the rest of your actions not taking damage.
Yes. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a evade on the thrall, which is 3, 4, 5 versus 2. Yeah, actually, I'm just going to do that because I want to save this ally in case I need to take some abuse.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and do my whole turn. My whole
Okay.
turn would be this. Before I do that, my second action is I'm going to put my other leather coat on. My third and final action is I'm going to evade with a 5 versus a 2.
Okay.
That is an automatic fail, so I did not succeed. So I still have both of these on me, but that's okay.
Okay.
That is fair. All right, we're good.
To me?
Yep. We're still probably going to have to kill him.
I don't think so. This is the last act.
Okay.
So, 1, 2. Now I have 2 actions to pick up 3 clues.
Good.
And we're here and you have 1. So then we can just finish off this act, in theory. So, I again did not get to use my strange solution.
Yep.
So, I'm going to commit that's 6. Oh, it's a shroud of 4. Right. Okay, it's a shroud of 4. That makes it more difficult. It's a shroud of 4. So this is 6. This is 8. Actually, we will hold one of these back because I need to try to succeed the second time. Okay. It might last a round longer than I had hoped. I didn't notice that the shroud was 4. That sucks. If only you had well, no, you did succeed on your investigation. Yeah.
I did succeed.
All right.
I only took 1 clue.
All right. Yeah. Why do you suck? You only take 1 clue when you succeed. Okay. That is 6, 7. That's 7.
What did I win by? That was again on that success for that.
I don't recall
I don't recall. Oh, it was +2 because I pulled the
your thing. Yeah.
elder, and it was against a 4, and I had 1, so that actually was by 2. So I did get to pull something out of
Okay.
an item because I also have scavenging.
Okay, so you tap, you exhaust it. But yeah. Okay. Okay.
I don't have very many items in here.
-1. That is 7 minus 1 is 6. That is success by 2, just barely, but that's 2 clues. Now,
You're at the same place.
yeah, I need to do 1 more investigation, and I can take an item. I'll go ahead and take the item.
I can commit one book to you.
I'm gonna look. That'd be great because
Regardless, it's just one book.
yeah, that'd be awesome because this is it's not a Hail Mary. We have more opportunities, but this is if we can do it now, let's do it now.
Yes.
Just making sure that I'm going to grab the item that gives me the best skill icon because I'm not
Yeah.
going to find the item.
Yeah, if you have one with 2 or 3 on it.
Yeah. So I will take. It's a toss up between the book lore and the rabbit's foot. It's one icon either way.
Yeah.
All right. So we do that.
Yeah, items don't tend to have a ton of
Okay.
stuff on them.
But that's good because I can use that plus
Don't forget my one.
my strange solution, which I didn't play again.
Right?
In my disc of Itzama, so I'm exhausting my hand.
Yep.
But that is 1, 2, 3,
4.
4 plus 4. So that's an 8 versus a 4. And I only need to succeed. I don't have to succeed by 2. Zero. Way overspend.
All right.
So
And you are at,
we're both there. So we will,
as a group. So
Yep.
this is as a group.
all investigators that are there.
All right. You don't know how to close the what? How does
Well, you have to read the. Yeah. So go ahead.
this is 3A?
Well, you should be reading 3B.
Oh, I bet this was things that changed based off of the book. You don't know how to close the swirling gate before you, and with each passing moment, the force from within grows in strength. You fear whatever the entity and sorcerer have summoned from beyond the approaches. With no time to spare, you turn to the open tome in the stone altar for desperate for answers.
We just read R1.
Is that because we don't have some book or something?
Well, no. Well, see, 3. No, 3. There was only one Act 3. There was various different Act 2s. So this is the only good outcome, I guess.
Oh yeah. It says if no resolution was reached, go to resolution 2.
Yeah. We got the only good outcome.
All right, resolution 1. The poorly bound tome appears to be the written records of old Whately, the man who taught Wilbur the ancient secrets of sorcery. You find a passage describing a place outside of time and space where the worlds converge and Yog-Sothoth dwells. Only by reaching this nexus at the edge of reality you can unmake the tear that has split open the world. Feeling as if you may be going to your doom, you muster a final ounce of courage and step into the gate. Yes, we walk into the gate. In your campaign log, record that investigators entered the gate.
Alrighty.
Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X, which is 2, 3.
Yeah, because that's a 2 and this is a 3.
Yep.
And none of these others.
Yep, we didn't defeat this guy.
No, I'm just checking the other locations.
No locations have.
Other than getting
Yep.
to the top. Okay. So we're both at 4 unspent.
Okay. Yeah, the loss would have been each investigator's driven insane. The investigators lose the campaign.
Yeah. Oh. If we lose, we would have lost the campaign.
Yeah. So if we both.
We're defeated.
Yeah.
Okay. And look, we had time to spare because we only were five.
The
Five-
crazy
five
thing
plus
about
two.
it is, I survived that with those 2 direct damage
Yeah.
cards in there.
Yeah. Yeah, we still both have a mental trauma from last scenario, but this scenario went better for us.
Us.
No, it did.
I mean, that was a lot of you. That was a lot of you. That was a lot of me just playing scared. All right, something's wrong with my deck.
Okay.
I'm going to have to, after we put this away,
Just re-examine
it
your deck. That's
and
fine.
make sure that it's legal.
That's fine. So, but yeah, my guy played a little bit better for the needs of the scenario.
Yes.
Because we did need to pick up the clues, and my guy was efficient at that. He went in, he succeeded on getting those clues, and yeah, I mean, this is my whole tally for the whole. I don't know what your problem is. I have the horror I started with.
Right.
That's what I've got.
Well, it was that one roll,
Yeah.
one draw that drew
Yeah.
3.
I know.
And if I would have drawn, if it would have been a 4, I would have lost. I would have been dead.
I am disappointed that yet again I had my solution in my hand, and it was just never the opportune time to do it.
I know. I told you to put it out there and do it early. Just
I should have done it instead of the knife.
who knows what difference it would have made.
Because I never ended up using the knife, but I was like, I don't want to have a weapon. You know, based on last scenario when I had no weapon. You know, but it is what it is.
All right, I'm gonna put it away, and then afterwards I'll pull it back out and take a look at it.
Okay.
But for now,
All right. Yeah, we're just gonna put the whole thing away and all right. Well, good. We satisfied my condition for today.
well,
Lose.
I mean, the other thing we could do is just this: success. The end. Now all this will happen off camera. Yeah, we'll do the put away and the readjusting
Okay.
so I can take more time and be a little more deliberate.
Okay. Alrighty. Fair enough.
Okay. Plus, that's a shorter edit for you.
Okay. I generally like to go till everything's back in the box.
Well, we can keep going.
Well, no, because you've already clapped.
I clapped.
You clapped.
Hey,
There's no coming back from the clap.
there's no coming back from the clap.
That's what they told us in health class.
That is, I hear you. So the thing that didn't get put in there is this eerie glade, which they all would connect to, which would have discarded the top 2 cards of your deck.
Oh, okay.
Which is interesting that there were several cards in there that were about discarding cards.
Yeah, and honestly, that would not have hurt me too bad. I mean, because I still had, I had, I don't know, maybe 10 cards left by the end. It's all a third of my deck. Yeah.
Here's these. Got pulled out.
These.
Those are yours. These are that.
All right.
These are all locations.
Much better showing than our last scenario. Undimensioned and Unseen was a shit show. Jeez.
Yeah, but mostly for, like, I feel like
That was my fault.
that's, well, but also I think that's kind of part of the thing is that they both, although we both lost, but they do kind of like drag each other along for help, you know.
Yeah.
Which is the way they're sort of designed. That actually, one of the things that I think helped us was when we had to run through all those cards till we found an enemy.
Yeah. Because it got rid of cards that are going to do effects, and cards that do effects were probably worse for us.
Yeah.
And then, especially since I was just able to immediately banish that enemy.
Right.
We pull it out, and I just go, just get away.
You pulled a little bit of a Leonard there, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. But I've intentionally put my disc in the deck for that purpose. You know, it did its job. And then because it's an item, and I have scavenger in my deck, it's like I have the potential to recycle that for like multiple times in a scenario. The potential, not the guarantee to do so. The potential to do so. I'm looking for 12. What about those locations that you put back in the box?
I think they're on. I put them in there.
Okay, so I'm looking for card number 12.
Here, you can take that stack.
Oh, it's a whole bunch more of these. Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a big stack.
Okay. Good, because...
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So I'm missing one of these. Oh, it says there's 6. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each of them 3. 1, 2, 3. And that goes with that.
Oh, cool. I'm still missing. Yep.
Alright, so.
I'll tell you what, you know what I think actually like really came in clutch for this scenario, or for our gameplay of this scenario.
Yeah.
Deluca on turn 1. The
Yeah.
fact that I had 4 actions the whole game,
Yep.
especially in that last round where it took me 2 actions to get there, and then I had 2 investigates left, you know?
Right.
So having DeLuca really came in, you know, clutch there, I think.
This is complete.
Yep.
All right.
I won't necessarily shuffle this because I'll probably be purchasing. I've got 4 XP now, and we've got 1 scenario left.
Yep.
So might as well spend the XP. You can't take it with you. So,
Yes, exactly. So this is pretty much spend it or lose it situation.
right. Yep. I might even get myself. I don't know. I'll get myself, but maybe a bulletproof vest, maybe an amulet.
Where's that?
Or maybe I'll just get a second copy of an already expensive card I have, so that I have a greater opportunity to draw it. But that will be a decision for another time. Or future. And it did not have us add any more, or I guess it's the start of the
It's
next
the
scenario,
start of the next one.
where we might add another token.
I mean, we could look and see what the next thing does or does not have in store for us to see if there's anything you want to think about for like your deck.
I don't know. Is that considered metagaming it too much?
I mean, look, people replay all the time and know stuff, so.
You know?
I mean, I wouldn't go in to see what the cards do, but I'm
Right.
saying, like, Lost in Space and Time, is that our last thing?
Yeah, it's one we haven't done, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we also have some other stuff we haven't done. It looks like it's going to be those cards, the sorcery, the Beyond, Hideous Abominations, Agents of Sog-Sothoth. That's pretty much it. No adding more
Okay.
tokens or anything
Okay.
like that.
Okay. So we've done. We did that. We did that. We did this. Oh, we did the path where we did extracurricular activity before,
And then we did that one, yeah.
and we did.
Which was just an interlude, which was just questions, basically.
And then Miskatonic Museum we did. Essex County Express we did. Blood on the Altar we did. Survivors we did. Undimensioned and Unseen sucked, but we did it. Where Doom Awaits. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Where Doom Awaits is the one we just did.
Right.
Okay, so we just have Lost in Time and Space and then the epilogue. Yep. I guess we were supposed to be recording what's in our chaos bag here, and the makeup of our chaos bag,
Yeah, we could.
but it is what it is. Okay.
Alright, so now let me see what this situation with why I have 3 of the same card.
Okay.
I think I'm just going to separate everything out by what they are.
My guess would be is that you intended to upgrade a lucky and then it removed the old lucky.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought, but it looks like it's that I somehow
I don't.
have the extra
I'm-
one.
I don't think there's enough luckies to have like 3 of the level whatevers. These have names, right?
Yes, they are everything. I don't know what that one's officially called. This is the ancient ones. This is the I don't think it's just a broken tablet. Eldritch. That might just be the chaos token. I don't know.
Okay.
It's in there somewhere.
Okay.
This is the ancient, but that's the ancient ones.
Okay.
It just has a picture of it.
Okay. So. I think these are the 3 that they had us add over time, right? Another -3, a minus this
Yeah.
one, and
Yeah.
-5. But these were the ones we started with.
Yeah, you can go back to the original. You might want to turn everything off if you're concerned about it. Night of the Zealot is not a playable, right? Or is it? Night of the Zealot is the precursor.
Okay.
Oh, where did it start? What's the first Dunwich?
There's prologue and then there's extracurricular activity.
Extracurricular, yeah. Dimension and Unseen.
Did you have a Xerox or something?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
that's
doing
fine.
too many things at once.
No, that's fine. You deal with that. I'll deal with this.
Maybe that's what I thought I was doing, was taking 2 rabbits for feet. Nope, I did take 2 rabbits feet. Okay. This is me and Garrett.
Okay.
Okay. So, these are complete, minus the fact that I can take one of these blackies out. Okay. That is now. These 2 guys to go away, so these are what I've possibly did. Doesn't count, doesn't count, doesn't count. 2 of these count, one of them is the other. And that's that. So, this one shouldn't count. It should be 30. And it should include Racked by Nightmares and Random Weakness, which was that. And we added that Random Weakness. And then 30. Oh, that one. Yeah. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, plus the one that I messed up.
We got the chaos token because you cheated.
What?
And the house always wins. You cheated, I think.
Yes.
It should be an
Or we took a loan or something. No, we didn't cheat. The ancient one token?
No, the
This.
the chaos. Well,
They're all called chaos tokens.
okay. It. If any player cheated, add that token.
I feel like we got it from something else.
Okay.
Because I remember us not cheating.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. In my notes, I don't have anywhere where it said cheated. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. We got the broken tablet because we failed to save the students.
That's what I remember putting in.
And we.
I think we just
we got
put
the ancient one token when we took custody of the Necronomicon. So this was me taking custody of the
Yeah, but I think it put it in there regardless.
No, it was specifically because
I feel like for some reason I remember the setup being add this anyway or something.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Because it feels like it would be weird for this game not to have it in there by now. Alright, so these 3 are staying for sure. these guys, this stuff all stays because it's part of that. This is these are my free ones because I earned them, I took charge of them. Now I gotta deal with my extra lucky. Figure out what I did there.
You're playing with the new legal deck. We're going to start all over again.
Yeah. Okay, so this lucky goes away.
People find out they'll never let us face
Well, the funny thing is,
outer ones again.
the
They'll make
cards
us
that
stay
the
home.
cards that I
Other
would
people
have
say
in place
no.
of it are better. I think we actually have been playing something a little wrong too.
Nah. Couldn't.
We need to look up the rules on what can you reduce below zero.
For
When you take a thing, is it that you go below zero, or is it just you go to zero and that's it?
for what?
When you draw on any skill test.
Oh, are you? Oh, you're asking? Can you
So
have?
if you have,
Can you have a negative?
if you have a 4 and you draw a -5, is that 0 or is that?
No, that's a -1.
I think the way that a particular card that I had in there makes me think everything goes down to 0, which is only important in we both have a lot of cards that are lose by this amount, win by that amount.
Well, there have been plenty of effects that said, however many you fail by, you take that much, horror damage or whatever.
Yeah,
So, I've always played.
I don't think
those-
I've ever gone below that. So.
I've always played those that it could potentially be, like just because my skill is 2 and the target is 4. So if the target's 4 and my skill is 2, and I draw a -3, then, you know,
Right.
I've failed by 5. I would imagine I take 5 damage, not 4. So I've always played the, like, you know, burn skills and resources to not, you know, have that happen to me. You know,
Alrighty. But yeah. Good game.
Yep.
Good game. Alrighty.